Yes, now, hello and welcome, dears, and fellow lovers of the ineffable arts to the Wordsmith. Today, after a very, very long time, we step into the incandescent realm of Dimash Kudaibergen, turning our gaze and our ears towards his blazing performance of fire. As we embark upon this journey, may I gently invite you to lend your support to the forge that keeps this channel aflame through Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, Super Thanks, or by becoming a YouTube channel member. My heartfelt gratitude extends to those remarkable souls whose names you see glowing upon the screen. Your support allows this artistic voyage to continue, and I thank you all deeply. And if this kind of lyrical excavation and vocal exploration stirs your curiosity, do make your way to the full Dimash Kudaibergen reaction and analysis playlist awaiting you in the description below. And before we plunge into the fire itself, remember, do like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with those who might also find wonder in the world of sound. Your engagement is the very oxygen that keeps this community alive and this channel breathing. Now let us step into the blaze, Dimash Kudaibergen's fire. Okay, Dimash Kudaibergen, fire. Let's set it ablaze. Interesting vibe to start. 6-octave vocal.
Really think you've got me figured out, but careful. There's a side to me
Mysterious.
shown that's pretty.
Swell and
There's
recede.
a fire that you haven't felt that's burning inside me.
Nice.
Desire.
There was a bit of vocal fry in the onset.
Nothing left to hide, it's time to breathe.
Oh, love the swell. Perfect technique. Yeah, he's made songs similar to this before, but this is definitely a very, very different vibe. Dimash once again proving why he stands as the undisputed sovereign of breath control. He is a vocalist whose command over the most delicate aspirate textures is nothing short of uncanny. He wields breath not merely as fuel for sound, but as an expressive instrument in its own right, shaping whispered contours and airy filigree with a precision that feels both effortless and otherworldly. And even his onsets, when you hear them, they carry a deliberate artistry, a subtle flicker of vocal fry, like the crackle of a match being struck in the dark before lighting a blaze, lending the opening phrases an intimate smoldering grain. And from the very first notes, the atmosphere he conjures is steeped in mystery, alluring, sinuous, quietly magnetic, drawing us irresistibly inward as if the music itself were a velvet hand closing around our attention, inviting us into the unfolding blaze. Okay, let's kick it back and keep it going. This is a really interesting song from him. Oh, ho, 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 ho. She's like, breathe, bro. Shit. Well, yeah, this is one of those songs. Okay, we're doing MMA. I'd love to go to one of his concerts. Hopefully that happens soon. Okay, before he gets going again, a lot of things that I've noticed. So yeah, let's look into those. with pure beauty. The song erupts from its smoky mystique into a magnificently sustained mixed voice belt, and it's balanced with such elegance that it practically glows audibly. For viewers unfamiliar with the term a mixed elongated belt, it's the art of blending chest resonance and head resonance into a seamless, powerful line that can be held without strain. It requires extraordinary diaphragmatic control, impeccable laryngeal stability, and a finely tuned understanding of how to distribute vocal weight so the sound remains brilliant yet free. It is a technique that many singers spend years attempting to master, yet Dimash, being Dimash, unleashes it as though it were second nature, riding the phrase with an Olympian steadiness that borders on surreal. And all the while, the stage just transforms into a tempest of spectacle, a full-throttle display of theatrical bravado, with Dimash singing like an unrestrained force of nature amidst choreography that looks more like cinematic combat than concert staging, which makes it so cool. It is not merely a performance, it is a storm, and we are lucky enough to stand at its eye. Okay, enough shenanigans, let us keep it going. It must be so much fun to be there. Okay, back into that rhythmic cadence. I could listen to the song and repeat quite easily. It's a vibe. Wait, you're on a bike now? Different clothes too. Oh, is this a mashup? Oh, wow. Jeez, like, and you're bouncing around and singing that? Wait. Okay. Shit. Nah, bro. That ain't... That's not normal. Okay, just a few things. So, I can see that this is pre-recorded and there is a bit of lip syncing. And I know there are people in the comment section that'll be, oh, you know, that's not really him singing. With all due respect, it is him singing because he had to sing the song in order to perform it in this way. When it comes to live shows, you want to emphasize the theatricality of movement and you want to put on a performance, a show. And yes, singing is part of that show. But in a piece like this, where it's very upbeat and vibey, staying still just doesn't serve the song. So you have to dance, you have to do choreography, you have to ensure that your viewers, the people that paid their hard-earned money to be there for you, get all of you and as much of you as they can. So the whole lip syncing thing, from the perspective of someone who does understand, know, and practice these types of things, you have to make some allowance as a listener and a viewer for this type of thing. It doesn't make him any less of a singer. It just makes Dimash a great showman. And I think in that topic, in that area of discussion, we need to be a bit more understanding. Anyway, he still sang the hell out of this song so far. I was so overwhelmed with the vocal and musical fireworks that I forgot to talk about the lyrics. My bad. The lyrics to me reveal a journey that feels almost mythic in its emotional architecture. It's a voyage of self-discovery in which Dimash stands on the precipice between concealment and revelation. And he sings with the urgency of a man who knows that an unspoken blaze smolders within him, a fire of longing, fear, desire, and unclaimed identity that refuses to remain unseen. The song warns its witnesses to tread carefully, for this inner conflagration is ready to surge forth, no longer willing to be muted or masked. When he urges the metaphorical curtain to fall, he calls for the collapse of facades, the stripping away of hesitation, the liberation of the self in its most unvarnished form. What begins with subtle tension soon swells into those explosive, scintillating choruses. Each one is like a plea and a challenge entwined, asking whether anyone can perceive the true self flickering behind the eyes. It is a battle cry for authenticity, delivered with both vulnerability and volcanic intensity, drawing us deeper into the heart of the fire he now no longer refuses to hide. Okay, let us keep this going. I think we'll finish it off here. Definitely a rock vibe.
I have a fire in my eyes, but can you see the real me?
What the hell? That is so freaking high. That's absolutely unbelievable. Nah. Wait. Okay, you just casually hit those two notes and move on. I have no words. Yeah, just stand there like a boss. It's cool. It's fine. Sure. What did I just watch? It sounded like D flat 6 at first, and then was it an F6? Okay, wait, let me check. This performance just ascended into its incandescent apex. I mean, Dimash vaults into those stratospheric E flat 6 and F6 pitches with a nonchalance that borders on the absurd. And those are notes that, for most mortals, exist more as theoretical phenomena than achievable sounds. Yet, he treats them as though they were mere stepping stones on a leisurely stroll through his upper register, which is just mad. And these are not shrieks nor falsetto flusters, but impeccably placed, tonally resonant, fully supported high notes delivered with such ease that one almost forgets how physiologically implausible they are for the average singer. It is in moments like these that any lingering debate just evaporates for me. Dimash is the undisputed titan of contemporary vocalism, the GOAT in every meaningful sense of the word. Dimash is a performer whose technical invincibility, artistic daring, and emotional sincerity form a constellation so rare that comparisons feel futile. He does not simply outperform, he redefines the very parameter of what the human voice can achieve. He's the GOAT, full stop. And so, dear ladies and gentlemen, we emerge from the shimmering inferno of what has been one of the coolest Dimash performances I have ever listened to. If today's exploration has sparked something within you, I encourage you to wander further into the depths of the Dimash Kudaibergen playlist, and you will find that treasure trove in the description below. Should you wish to help keep this channel thriving, growing, and improving, please do consider supporting me via Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, Super Thanks, or by becoming a YouTube channel member. Every contribution is deeply appreciated in the most profound and meaningful way from my heart. Thank you once again to everyone who has already contributed and have continued to do so. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Every action that I have mentioned helps this channel in more ways than you can know. Thank you once again. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, do be kind, do be gentle, do be respectful to one another, and help each other out when you can. And I'll see you lot in the next video. Take care, everyone. Cheers.